You're listening to the AdCast, the podcast for marketers and advertisers, with your host, Eric Elliott.
Welcome back to the AdCast. This is the podcast for marketers and advertisers. First and foremost, we want to thank all of our listeners and thank you guys for the awesome reviews. We love to see the 5 stars. Well, today we're going to travel back in time a little bit to an episode of Content in the Conference Room with Kyle Downs. We're going to talk about content, how important content is for any and every business in today's content-driven world. That's a lot of content, but now check out the AdCast.
Man, with all the talk about content and how content is king nowadays, I decided to bring in the king of content when it comes to our content in-house. I got Mr. Kyle Downs right here with me. Kyle, man, they said 2017 was just the year of content and video. And I know for us internally, it's super important that we push out content daily. Like, I can walk by your desk and see you're always plugging away at something, man. So how important do you feel content is for businesses now?
Well, content is the absolute most important thing with businesses right now because of the age of social media, because of the climate right now where everybody, you are in touch with a business at the tips of your fingers. You can interact with them. It's never been so accessible. And not only businesses, but like political figures, celebrities with Twitter and Facebook and everything like that. Everything is so at your fingertips, and everybody is so obsessed and interested in creating for themselves an online personality. Right. You know, you look at anybody's personal Instagrams, you look at people's personal Facebooks, you look at the way they market themselves towards the world, and it's all done with content. Right. So why we spend so much time and energy putting our own personalities out into the world, that why wouldn't you want to do that with your business?
So it's almost like the attraction for people, like the content part of
Absolutely.
it. Because it's like, I would think, you know, Kyle, you tell me if I'm wrong here, but I would think someone who's looking for content, they're more of a serious customer or a more serious buyer.
Definitely.
Because now they get into that research stage, because I always tell people in the medical profession, a more educated patient is a better patient.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, and the thing with content is a lot of it is consumed during the research phase when they decide that they want to do something, when they're actually looking for a solution to a problem when it comes to the business. But a lot of content is consumed in the kind of awareness phase. And what the awareness phase is essentially when a client or a customer has sort of a loose problem. They haven't really named it yet or anything like that, but the first thing they're gonna do is Google something. Mm-hmm. If any problem we have this day and age, we just Google it. How to fix it. I feel weird, WebMD, anything like that. Before you even go to the doctor, you're gonna WebMD this article, and then you're gonna convince yourself that you're really sick. But that's because of all the content.
Right.
But so even though it might not be correct, but like, no, the content is consumed in every single stage. You're looking at the prospective people that you might hire to solve this problem. You're looking at what they put out into the world, and you're looking at how the content created benefits them, benefits you, benefits the business as a whole. With our industry specifically, and what we do here, content is the most important thing because that's what we make. Right. And that's what we manage, and that's what we do for other companies. So if we don't have an insane amount of our own content, how in the world are they supposed to trust us?
No, it's true.
So, but how?
Okay, so we're going to hit the pause button for just a moment so you can hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back with more content in this awesome conversation on the AdCast.
You don't need a marketing agency. You do deserve very important placement. VIP Marketing and Advertising is a cutting-edge strategic digital, creative, media, and marketing partner that provides services for businesses of all sizes. To stay up to date on the latest marketing news, subscribe for email updates at veryimportantplacement.com.
At what point, how does a consumer know, like, I can trust that content? Mm-hmm. You remember the old saying, like, oh, if it's on the internet, it's true? Yeah, you know what I mean? So how do you get to, like, let's just say use ourselves, for example, like VIP Marketing or, you know, our awesome creative team, Craft Creative, light bulb. Yeah. So how could we, you know, position ourselves as, like, you should believe our content, or this content is just true, not just because we wrote it?
Absolutely. The content is going to speak for itself, and the content is going to create thought leaders within our industry, and that's what it is. If we release one article here and there, and people kind of stumble across it, that's not believable because they're going to look for more. the nature of the game is, I mean, half the time people read half of a blog post and they click on the next one because they get distracted by the next headline and they're like suddenly interested in that. If there is no next headline, they're just gonna stop and they're gonna be like, well, these people have written one thing about this. I don't know, that's not impressive, so it's not necessarily quantity, but it's the types of content that you're creating, where there's going to be blog posts, there's going to be social posts, there's an online presence, there's a personality involved with it. We do a great job with VIP and the creative team together, and like the marketing minutes are a great example because they can see you, they can see the expertise, you're talking to them one-on-one, and then if they want more information, then they can go into the blog posts. Right. That's a great option, and that's just a way of positioning ourselves as, we know what we're talking about. We are professionals. You have to prove that to people. You can say that you're a professional all day long. You can throw your resume at people, but the thing that matters is if they find the content relevant and useful.
Now, you use one word. You said posting. I know we kind of said it loosely, and I think a lot of people, they get used to the word posting and they see no value in posting versus what we say, publishing. It's almost like, and I think we say publishing because it's everyone has the power of the New York Times or their local newspaper right in their pocket right now. So it's not like you're posting a story, you're publishing a story. So what do we say to, that mom and pop or even that regional business that they think, well, I can just post on it myself, and they see no value or effort into it? Because content does come into play with all that. So how can we differentiate ourselves, or what would you say to that business owner?
I think that business owner is a professional in their business, and they're going to be a professional in their personal Facebook page and their personal audience. But what they're used to posting, I look at a post, like I will do a post on my own Instagram to my own personal following. Right. Because that's what, all of these people follow me because of what I specifically post. These people that are following their business, that's going to be a very different audience than their own personal audience. There's going to be some overlap. Some people that follow them personally are going to be following their business profile as well. But the content that you're going to put out for your business needs to be in a completely different voice and a completely different tone than the content that you're putting out personally, because it's different and it serves different purposes. 100%. So that's where I would say, that's what we do, and that's what it's important to differentiate your content, differentiate your voice, and make sure everything that you write, film, photograph, design is so calculated towards the appropriate audience that it's really, really difficult to do that when you're just kind of posting on your own, you're ghostwriting your own business essentially.
I think that's awesome. I think that's all the time we have. So welcome to Content in the Conference Room. Who knows, man? This could probably be a new thing, man.
We could.
So
that's great.
You deserve very important placement.
So I hope you enjoyed everything that we've given you for the AdCast. This is the podcast for marketers and advertisers. If you feel it was great for you, then make sure you give us a review button. We'd love to have a 5-star review, and also share this content out to your friends and other advertisers that may need it as well. We look forward to bringing you more content every week. And also, don't forget to go on our website, veryimportantplacement.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and most importantly, we thank you for giving us your most valuable asset, your time. This is the AdCast.
Copyright VIP Marketing and Advertising. Produced by Craft Creative.
When all eyes are on you, make it count. From audio to video to graphic design and more, Craft Creative can do it all. We don't make commercials. We craft creative. See what we can do for you at wecraftcreative.com.